Yeah, that's a cute bike. With the new battery, it runs even better. Here's my face. Here's where I am. I'm a few days late for Earth Day, and this will be vlog 1 of 2 for Earth Day 2022. It's related to life choices when one has an ecocentric worldview. And there's a lot I could say, and there's a lot of feelings that will come up, but I'm making progress on my own with these feelings. Can't take things too personally, because I got to where I am over time, and I understand the interconnections of this stuff. And it's a lonely road, and it's a solitary road. I don't want it to be, but because of choices, mine and that of others, it is a solitary road. For example, the first 2 years I got on the island, 20 years ago, I rode my motorcycle all year round for 2 years before I got a car. It was a tiny car. And after that, when I got a car, it was for working as a driving instructor. Otherwise, having just a motorcycle here is possible. It's very rare that there would be snow, and there is gear, clothing that exists, and skill sets a person can develop to keep themselves safe. So that's a choice I'm continuing to make. Yes, sometimes people are running late. It's nice to jump into a car, it warms up, it's comfortable, you can be in your shorts. But if everybody does this, the earth is doomed. So what I wanted to say is, 20 years ago, I was very excited when I arrived to this paradise of Vancouver Island. But because of the people primates, the Homo communia, not Homo sapiens, that's a mythical creature that I have yet to find evidence for, it's been ruined as a paradise, and it will continue. The patterns are there. It's going to turn into a mega city of automaton people, right? And it's sad. But I got to say that I'm going to leave Vancouver Island soon and go somewhere else, and in the same province, and I am going to be as excited to leave as I was to arrive. But right now, even though I invested about 14, 15 years of my life here, giving so much back to communities, winning awards for it, reference letters, being appreciated, is becoming an ecocentric, used to be humanist, no more, just ecocentric man from Earth. And the choices and the values that result from this makes me look like my mental illness got worse. No, it didn't. And my mind became more resilient. And one of the things that people have to realize is that a lot of forms of intelligence, when our life is hard, actually can develop. So when we don't get easy access to supports, whether it's the right kinds or not, we either die or we become stronger. And one of the ways to become stronger is a good balance of different kinds of intelligence and human thinking tools to solve our own problems. If this happens, as I said before in another vlog, as a huge change too quickly, like crashing a plane on a desert island, like Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway, is, most people wouldn't survive in that way. Okay, most people would not be able to survive that long. And even him, he was in rough shape. Took him a while to recover from that. At this point, if that happened to me, I believe that I'd have an easier time than Tom Hanks' character because of the skill sets I've developed over time already. So, riding this motorcycle, and what people don't realize is that, homelessness, the issue of homelessness, do you know that for us to not continue to be part of the problem of destabilizing the biosphere is we have to have more homeless people, not less. Do you understand what I mean? What I mean is there needs to be less people living the lifestyle of wanting to and continuing to build big homes for often disconnected families or solo people or couples that They could just live in a nice, big, huge, comfortable motorhome instead of just using it twice a year as a vacation, right? There's too many people that choose to do these things. So what we need, I'm just going to look to see if it's still recording. What we need is more homeless people by choice. And the government responding by saying, okay, you signed this contract to live, let's say, within British Columbia as a homeless person. And these are the supports you get. You get a membership. We're going to build more of these places where you go for food, for showers, for plugging in stuff, for using the internet. But you don't have a home that is over this size, or you live in a motorhome. And hopefully not travel around too much. Just stay in BC, because the price of fuel is not something we recommend that you spend too much money on, although we will provide a discount for homeless people to do that as well. This is where you should have been as a species claiming to be human at least 15 years ago. And other things that I'm noticing that is a pattern of, oh my God, you're screwed, is walking in nature and smelling marijuana instead of seeing people appreciate nature, and having more and more people consider it normal to take these e-cigarettes or whatever drugs that disconnect from reality, because you have a mental health support system that has caused more problems than created. And everybody thinks it's okay to do this instead of developing people skills that are supportive to others and that make you more resilient, is to actually get drugs and drugs and drugs instead of people, let's say, wanting to take counseling skills lessons, even offered for free. That's a sign you're screwed, because what's coming in the future when nobody wants to be homeless is that you are screwed. You're not going to be able to support each other through hard times that are coming. The way you want to be supported is having kids to be your best friends, and therefore your slaves who will not self-actualize as individuals. These are signs that I'm picking up in every countries of the world, people, and you're not talking about it. And just because some people, they decide to do a little bit here and there to show they're pro-biosphere, pro-earth, or pro-Gaia, or in awe and supportive of Greta or whatever it is, my God, you're so far from behaving in sentience and sapience mode, human standard behaviors and lifestyles. For example, is there any countries that you know about where if somebody chooses a vasectomy, you will be granted special privileges for the rest of your life by not contributing to the overpopulation problem? The number one issue, it's like cancer would say, and I'm not comparing us with cancer, that's not the best, I think metaphor is the word to use. And but let's say cancer wants to have the right to reproduce. It's its right. Well, that's kind of a little bit what you're doing right now. All the science is saying there's too many of you. None of you want to take on the sacrifices to reverse the course that you chose to be on over generations and generations, including this one as a majority, a course that leads to catastrophe. Then yeah, you got to take on vasectomies. You got to decide to be, don't do a BA or an MA in business. Get a vasectomy and tell me the country where you will be supported as a person of value, especially if you take training to help other kids with the education of quality that is lacking in all these communities, focusing on that instead of having more kids. This is what we should have been talking about. This is where our society should already be if we're not in denial. If we really had ecocentric worldviews. I'm sorry, but these are the facts. This is the end of part 1.